All right, Leah, thanks. Getting to some breaking news now. In the past half hour, we watched as crews arrived and started putting out boxes, assisting those who are unhoused to move their belongings as well as themselves, because as of today, they're no longer legally allowed to live in some of these open spaces.
Yeah, the state put up notices for these unhoused people just a few days ago, telling them to move to a new transitional center, which is on France Road along the Industrial Canal. And now we have been watching as these crews move in to try and clean these areas up. One of them on Calliope, and that's where we find our Winston Reed live this morning. Winston, what are you seeing out there?
Yeah, as of 30 minutes ago, we began to see crews make their way into this encampment site near Calliope. Right now, law enforcement agents are trying to gather as much information as possible from the individuals at this encampment site. I've been seeing law enforcement agents also offering refreshments and other needs to the individuals here as they are trying to gather the information, trying to figure out who these people are before that transitional process begins. It's a very cold night out here under this overpass, and there is a transitional location set up on France Road for many of the homeless people located at various sites across the city, including here, the French Quarter, near the Superdome, I-10, and other areas. I'm currently here with Scott Boyle from DOTD. Thank you for joining us this morning. There really is no straightforward way to get the information needed from the individuals here today, right?
No, officers are engaging individuals in this encampment, and the interviews and further detailed engagement will occur at the transitional facility on France Road.
Talk about the process, the difficulty of trying to not only get that information, but also trying to gather the property and also trying to figure out, is this person from Louisiana? Do they work? Do they have a job? Because that also has some implications related to whether they get the voucher or whether they get a bus ticket or train ticket out of town.
Yes. Those parameters have been established, and they will be determined. And at the transitional facility, there's going to be medical, there's going to be different types of services there to engage and interview individuals to ensure that everyone provides proper identification and that they're set up in a safe and secure area at that facility.
And for those that are going to be sent out of town, how does that work? Where exactly will they be sent? Is there a game plan on that?
Not at this time. That will be determined through interviews and it could be determined through a desire to want to move to another location.
So law enforcement moved in about 30 minutes ago. DOTD will move in once law enforcement does their job. What's the timeline on actually getting these folks over to that transitional shelter?
This is a process that will be occurring primarily all day today, but as well as tomorrow and the next day. It will involve gathering up personal property, making sure that it is secured and identified for it to be reunited with the property owner at the transitional facility. We will be performing, once the site is cleared, DOTD will come through and provide a site remediation cleanup and remove all unwanted or unclaimed materials that are left at the sites along the state highway system.
And last thing, as a reminder to people who may not be aware, but some of these individuals do have jobs, they do work, but they are unable to house themselves. That's just something for people to keep in mind as this transition is happening.
Yes, certainly, all the teams are aware of that, and those are things that will be determined at the transitional facility with the healthcare and medical professionals that will be providing engagement and wraparound services.
All right, and we will have the latest on this encampment site as it is being swept this morning. We are seeing boxes being set up, ready to put the property inside and bring it back to the rightful owners once the transition process takes place and once many of these individuals are taken to the transitional site over on France Road. We will have the latest throughout the morning. Reporting live, Winston Reed, WWL, Louisiana.